Hello, I'm Andy and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot Monthly Horoscope October 2018, and this is for you coming from Gemini. And so let's see what cards can I pull. And the first card that I'm going to pull would be for the first 15 days of October for you coming from Gemini, and I'm going to talk to you about your job areas. It's a good card. Somehow the friendships in there, the support in there in your job area is not good enough. You seem to be not able to pierce into people in the sense that to get under their skin and have them support you or to be able to work with you. So make an effort. Avoid any argument and quarrel, the card says. That's all you basically have to do. Otherwise, unexpected issues are going to become bad. So I would say that this is a manageable card, and all you have to do is take some effort with the people you work with and your job will be very secure. Let me now talk to you about, put all these markers here. All right, let me now talk to you about, in Gemini. Let me now talk to you about your business if you are in business for the first 15 days of October. Wow, you can get into a very good business position with this card and you will be able to do well. Yes, the card talks of death, but that means death to all the bad things. They are all finished. So you could get into a very new position and get a new outlook in your area of business if you want to do business. Something good is approaching you. Think about it seriously. It says things of niceness, which I would say is all the glamour, like interior decor, or is it fashion related, and all that involved is also good. You're breaking into new areas basically with this card, and I like it. So in the business areas, it could be a new business, could be the start of a business, could be entering into something that you're going to do very well. So look into that area. The only downside of this card is that you might have a partner, or you might have a financial partner who might be a little bit uncertain with you. So think about that. That's a little downside. Not a big problem, but a little downside. Now let me talk of your general finances, your general financial areas. Oh, they are all right. You are all right. You have plenty of places where you can tap for money, and you will also attract people with your ideas. I'm talking of finances for business areas, and yes, you can, and you will do very well because you will have the very good support. People will like your ideas or what you want to do, and it's good. There's also the sea here, and so I transfer that as able to connect with people of different countries. That would be something you should remember. So try and do that, and you have a lot of support going for you. Now I'm going to talk to you for the last 15 days of October. I'm getting confused. It should be the first 15 days, right? I'm going to talk to you about the first 15 days of October for you coming from Gemini. This has got to do with your romance. Let me put this properly. Somebody you already know can get much closer to you. This in a general way. But regarding the romance, it says, what is the upside? This person you may newly meet, for example, could be helpful, but would be very argumentative and quarrelsome. If you have an ongoing interest in somebody, that is more stable. So something new can be upsetting, something stable of a romance can work very well, and you can build yourself nicely on it if you want. Let's say a little romance story for the first 15 days of October. Now I'm going to pull the card regarding your state of marriage. Nothing wrong with that, I would say. It's a card that says you have to show respect, a card that says you can depend, and the card that says you can have your benefits. So from your marriage partner, all these three things are there. But it's also a card that says Be careful how you talk to people. That's the only little downside. And looking at this card, I would say don't put your hands on your hips when you talk to people. This is what the card shows. That's always a sign of provocation. And now I'm going to talk to you about, I want to talk to you about marriage, and I just did. About your general family areas, and they're fine. There's energy from everywhere moving along. There may be some stubbornness from some family members, just ignore them. There may be some kind of differences of opinion or dominating kind of a tendency. Just go along with it, and you will have a pretty good general family condition in your first 15 days of your marriage. Now I want to go towards your last 15 days of your job, last 15 days of October, that is, and you coming from Gemini. So let's see what happens. Now, there's a sign of the planet Mars here. You see this sign of the planet Mars right here. That causes unhappiness. So what you don't want to do in the last 15 days of October is to show your temper or a tantrum or use words which are very aggressively blunt. So take the soft approach in this last 15 days, and you'll find that in your area of job, you will do much, much better. That's all you need to do. Otherwise, you are going to attract a lot of opposition. The next card will be to do with business for your last 15 days. And your last 15 days show that don't be over-daring, but you can be very inventive with this card and bring out very new ideas, I'm sure. But don't be over-daring, don't be hasty or impatient, and take your time. And I would say that the last 15 days in your business area are progressing nicely for you. Go slow, take your time, do some research. General finances for the last 15 days, what are they? Oh, they are good. I'm not worried for you. They are good. It does say that you may be taxed by somebody who demands something from you. That's the only downside I see. Otherwise, your financial area is fine. So tell yourself, anything you want to do where financial investment is concerned, I would say go ahead. I see a lot of fire on this card, which obviously shows that you are just raring to go. So I would say general financial areas, take it easy a bit, take your time, and your last 15 days should be very manageable for you. How about your romance now in the last 15 days? For you coming from Gemini, well, it's back to my famous words, take the soft approach. That's what you need to get what you want. This area of romance in the last 15 days, I would put it onto the good side. It may come most unexpectedly in a meeting, or it may come with somebody you're working with or somebody you're doing business with. And it may also come from somebody you have known. So a new romance can be very budding that way. What is the downside of this? I make this as a card which can show somebody may be dominating you. So walk away from that person would be the best. Let's talk of your marriage in the last 15 days of October for you coming from Gemini. There is a confrontation very easily built up, and there are many issues growing as well. So I'm not talking now obviously about your marriage partner. So you don't want to bring up these issues. There's every chance of getting things right, and that would be definitely to not be blunt and not be aggressive. So that's all you need not to do, and you'll be able to do well. Guard what you say in terms of language as well. Now I'm going to talk to you about family, general family, your parents, sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles. Let's see how you're going to deal with them. Well, each of them is going to give you different versions, it says. So I'd rather you don't let your relatives of any kind, parents or siblings, get involved with whatever issues you may have in your area of romance or marriage. That's the advice I would give you. Now I'm going to talk to you about your health areas very quickly. That's for the whole month of October for you coming from Gemini. It's a very serious card, this. It talks of support to your body, which my mind would go towards your spine. I would be worried about your spine, you coming from Gemini. And the other thing I would be worried about is some kind of addiction you have. You've got to let that go, otherwise it's going to sap all your energy and make you extremely mentally and emotionally weak as well. Now let's go to the area of lucky ages for you coming from Gemini. Lucky ages. And let's see what ages are going to be magnificently lucky in the month of October. It's a card of infinity, but the lesser infinity, because the twins are Saturn and Uranus in the universe. So this is the lesser one. So I will go for the lesser dates from Uranus, and they would be, if you happen to be the ages of 22 or 31 or 40 or 49 or 58 or 67 or 75, then I would say, is it 75? 76, sorry, 76. Then I would say that this person, these people with these ages would be very, very lucky, whether in job, whether in business, finances, whether the new romance, whether the marriage, whether the health. They would have a fantastic month of October. But if you're not of these ages, don't panic. You'll need to see me for a 90-minute session, and then during this 90 minutes, it's going to cost you USD 50. And during these 90 minutes, I'll go age by age, calendar year by calendar year, to tell you what's going to happen to you in your next 8 or 9 years. In all areas of your life, I'll give you a lot of information about your personal lottery numbers based on your date of birth, time of birth, and your palms. And I'll also talk to you about your lucky colors, lucky directions, lucky gemstones, lots of information. And we'll do that. I'll talk to you a bit more about that later. Now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky dates. There will be certain dates for people in Gemini which will provide a lot of good information and a lot of good opportunities. Alright? Now the dates from this are very fast dates. So the dates I would choose from this card would be the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd and the 31st. Fantastically power-packed dates. Is it the romance, the friendship? Is it the marriage, the family? Is it the job, the business, finances? Everything can be solution found, and everything can be improved on the 4th, 13th, 22nd and 31st. So bookmark these dates. Use every minute of them to go and get what you want. You'll come back with more than 2 handfuls of good things. And now we will go to your lucky colors. Is that magic color in the universe of the sky, which is light blue? That's when it's happiest. And so I would recommend light blue for you in the month of October. Undergarments, top garments. Wear plenty of light blue. Contact a lot of light blue. Dark blue is a bit slow during this month of October. Light blue is very fast, and you want to move at a very fast pace in the month of October. Things are happening for you, for your benefit. And so, regarding colors, I'll go for the light blue as much as you can. Wear that. Alright, I'll stop shuffling my cards now because I'm finished. Now, if you want a 90-minute session, it'll cost you USD 50. And in those 90 minutes, I'll tackle your next 7 or 8 or 9 years, age by age, calendar year by calendar year. It'll be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, looking at your palms, looking at tarot cards if I want to, looking at your face for the face reading effect. And with all that information, I will be able to be very accurate for you in all areas of your life. I'll give you your lucky lottery numbers based on your date of birth, time of birth, and all the lucky news about your lucky colors and the gemstones and the lucky days, etc. So go to Facebook, go to Skype, send me an email, make the contact with me, and we'll get down to it and get your next 7, 8 or 9 years fully under your control. Until then, thank you and good luck.